Well, hello everyone, my name's LoveSpuds, and yes, I am back in one way or another with some more videos, and I'll hopefully be more regular this time than I have been over the past couple of years. So we're going to start off with a bit of F1 2013, and it's going to be called The Lost Season because it was recorded 3 years ago. So we are going to get that season uploaded and done and dusted. So I've got 20 videos. 20 videos? No, it's 19 videos, I think, actually, thinking about it, the season. Or is it 20? I cannot honestly remember. Anyway, I do have those videos waiting to be uploaded, so I'll get them done, and we'll get those uploaded before F1 2016 comes out, of which we'll start a new series on. With the F1 2013 videos, they're not going to be full commentary, they're going to be mostly just of the race, and then I'll do a little introduction to each one, and then you'll just see how the race progresses as we go by. So what's happened in the last 3 years? Well, I moved to Scotland, the sunny south of Scotland, and believe me, it is actually not raining all the time, and it's quite warm sometimes in the summer, although it does rain occasionally. Anyway, it wasn't a great move to start with, because the place we were living in initially only had a very slow internet connection, and we're talking about 1.5 megabits of download speed. No, not upload speed, download speed. So we lived there for a little while, sort of like in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. But like the following year, in 2014, we moved a bit closer to civilization. We're still out in the countryside. The internet is still a bit rubbish, but surprisingly it's actually 2 megabits faster than when we were down south. So we've got the magnificent 5 megabits. I know, it's absolutely astonishing, isn't it? Considering that all these people are getting like 100 megabits at the minute, and we are languishing behind. But still, the area is being upgraded as we speak to so-called super fast broadband, but that's only going to guarantee, well, I say guarantee, that's the idea. Super fast meaning a minimum of 22 megabits per second, which would be fine by me. I mean, I'd be able to cope with that. Obviously I'd like it faster, but we have to be realistic here, especially as we are currently on an exchange only line, which is going to take a little bit longer to sort ourselves out because we're not close to the exchange. We are within a couple of miles, but we're not, like, say, down the road in a village. We are sort of in our own little area outside between 2 villages. So it's going to take a little while for that to get to us still. I wish they would hurry up with it though, because it's, you know, we're languishing behind the rest of the country again, especially as we only get like 2G in this area, 3G if you're lucky in the towns, and then there's everyone going on about 4G, and there's probably going to be 5G on the horizon soon enough. But anyway, that's the sort of moan out the way. So we moved up in 2013, in July, end of July, start of August. It took us a little while to get a job, but I did manage to get one, and I'm enjoying that at the moment. It does have its bad days and good days, but that's what happens when you work in customer service. And being this sort of area, it's a touristy area anyway, so there's not much chance of doing anything else unless you start your own business up. So that's basically what's happened so far. The only thing I've really been doing, apart from the odd video here and there that you may have seen pop up on the channel, I've just been doing like thumbnails for the Rambler, my friend Alex, who's on about 35,000-ish subscribers now, so he's doing fantastically well right now. He's gone and done a couple of events with the Total War guys, so that's really good to see. So I just do like cartoony thumbnails for him every now and again, so that's all I've been really doing YouTube wise over the past few years, because I don't feel I could really do much uploading, because although I've got 5 megabits now, it's still a shared connection with the rest of the household, so it's not going to be the best speed anyway. And when you've got a home hub from BT, and that doesn't put you in the best position anyway, because they are shit. Still, it's a miracle that they do work sometimes. But maybe I shouldn't be too harsh on it, because it is trying to upload all my videos over the next few days, months, weeks, however long it takes. It's going to have to be like an overnight upload because of the file sizes, and I have to keep some sort of quality in them. Unfortunately, they're not going to be like 1080p, but they will at least be 720, and I'll try and maintain the 60 frames per second, so it gives you a little bit of a chance with the quality, if that's the phrase I'm looking for. So it's not going to be, unfortunately, 1080p just yet until I get a bit of a boost from the internet, but I believe it's okay for now. Unfortunately, we are going to have to compromise a little bit on quality just to save on the file sizes right now, but going forward I do aim to increase that quality as much as I can. So not much has been going on recently. Obviously I've been still following the Formula 1 over the past few years. Hamilton has risen to dominance in the Mercedes, sort of putting Nico Rosberg on the back foot a little bit. He did have a good fight in 2014, and he's having a good fight this year in 2016, but 2015 he absolutely dominated anyway. But I think it's mainly down to the car itself, because in 2014 and this year he's had some horrific problems with the car and the engines, and he'll get some penalties later on this season, I am sure. And not to mention the comings together that those two Mercedes have had in the past couple of years as well, most notably this year in Spain and in Austria, where they have come together. But still, everything's in Hamilton's favour just now, and he's on his way to collecting his 4th world title. I would like to see a bit more of a fight, obviously. I would like to see the Ferraris and the Red Bulls in there. Max Verstappen I'd like to see do well, but I really want Daniel Ricciardo to be in a good car and actually win a championship, because I really like that lad. So yeah, who knows what the future holds, and they're going to change the regulations next season anyway, so that should be interesting, hopefully. Hopefully more interesting than the engine changes to the regulations, because it's just meant that another team is dominating now. Where it used to be Red Bull with the aero package, it's now Mercedes and their engine, and no one's matching them, which is a real shame. But anyway, so I'm just talking over a bit of Cook Serve Delicious here. It's the only game that I just had in mind at the moment. For some reason I just picked that one. Doesn't necessarily mean there will be videos of this, but if Cook Serve Delicious 2 is any good, you never know, you might receive a video or two on that. As future videos go, obviously F1 is a staple of the channel, and that will be here no matter what. And I will be using like a PS4 controller for it. I do have a steering wheel now. It's a Logitech G29, but I cannot use it with the F1 games, not because of any compatibility problems, but mainly because I'm 2 seconds slower no matter what I do with the wheel. Yeah, you're supposed to be smoother with the wheel, and I am, yes, but it seems to be a thing with like gears and the pedals for me. I seem to be able to control it better with my thumbs and fingers. I don't know why. I think it has also something to do with the fact that it's easier to control, especially F1 2015. That seemed to be a bit biased towards controller users than wheel users. There's been plenty of posts on the forums about that, and I'm actually inclined to agree with them. even though I use a controller. I would love to use the wheel, but if I'm faster with a controller and I'm using legend difficulty, then obviously I'm going to go for the controller to get me a bit of an advantage, because I'm not up there with the top 1% of players of that game. So I'm going to need a bit of help. I can't bring a mana right to the front like these people do on other channels. But on the plus side, if I'm on the limits in a car that's in sort of where it should be on the grid and battling with the AI, it does make for a bit more of an interesting video. Although my F1 2013 videos, they are filled with bits and pieces, but my big bits and pieces where the racing was just partly me just driving along by myself, no one around me, the cars getting away, and sometimes them bunching up behind me. We did have a few races where we have good fights with the AI. I don't know if it's to do with my setup or my driving style, but I think what really screwed me over in that game was the tyre wear, and like it did with a few people in real life in that season. So hopefully, the tyres being more resilient, we can have a bit more of a fight in the next game coming up in 2016. 2016 is looking good though for F1. They're offering a lot of stuff up that the community have asked for, like formation laps, and the career mode's back as well. You can choose your own number, all those sorts of good things. So I hold a bit of hope and crossed fingers to hope that it's a good game, because although I like simulation to a degree, I do enjoy the career aspect and being part of the world as well. Because racing on its own, because you got project cars, which, you know, I'm not a fan of the career mode, but I like the racing. I say I like the racing, but I don't like the AI, because they're not really intelligent enough to keep out your way and just realise that you're on the racing line, because a lot of the time they just drive straight into you. So it's a shame really, because I wish they were a bit smarter. But the handling in that game is absolutely superb. Do love that game, but unfortunately you won't see very many videos on it. There may be one or two, but really there's not going to be that many videos on it. So sorry about that if you're looking for that sort of content, but I'm not going to go full simulation like iRacing and games like that, because although I'm okay at it, I do well at simulation. I do like that little bit of arcadey feel now and again, you know, just to keep things interesting. You know, I'd rather struggle against the AI in a race rather than struggle with the actual car. But yeah, enough about that. Dirt Rally will appear on this channel. It's not going to be like a full run through of the game. I'm probably just going to do a Masters Championship because I have unlocked that in the rally stages. Now I may do Rallycross as well, but I'm more leaning towards a rally side. Hill climb I absolutely suck at. I think it maybe requires a different driving style, but I don't seem to do very well at that. So you may not see that at all on there. But definitely a Dirt Rally Masters Championship, because you know, that's one game I can use the wheel and pedals for. I don't seem to be too bad at that. Next. So as for other games, I may do some sort of, I don't know, maybe a strategy or a single player first person sort of thing, or another sports game. It could be anything on there. On the channel I haven't quite decided yet. I do have a couple of games in mind that I want to do, so look out for those when they appear. But as I say, I haven't made my mind up just yet. But anyway, if there's any footage left of this Cook Serve Delicious, I'll leave you with that. And I'll see you next time for, well, most likely be F1 2016, unless something else appears before that. So yeah, it's good to be back. I'll just rebrand the channel slightly, just change the pictures around. I'm not going to do anything too drastic, just organise stuff into playlists, I suppose. And yes, so I'll see you next time in another video.